Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early. It's 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I got another I keep getting these crazy busy days having to do with my art and fair season coming up and some sales I'm going to be doing. So I'm kind of conflicted between this channel and getting my art ready for a big sales season coming up with the fairs coming up here in New England this fall. The Big E, one of the biggest fairs in the country in Massachusetts, and getting my artwork ready. Anyway, I want to just touch base a little bit about how a lot of voices on the right seem to have gone dark, and a lot of these cries and these war cries about war tomorrow from like the likes of Steven Crowder. How I don't see armed militias in the streets today. I don't, maybe I'm missing something. All right, let's just start from the very beginning here. I think a lot of these people have gone quiet. From Marjorie Taylor Greene, these are the people that were saying "back to blue," and all this other stuff just a couple months ago, and now they're talking about destroying the FBI. There's some despicable stuff going on out there where some of these, I think they're actually lawmakers. I'll have the links down below. That are actually putting out personal information on the FBI agents and their families, where they live, and all this other stuff. The ones involved in the search, and we have this. Of course, there's always the one lunatic who takes it too far in Cincinnati. This one guy who apparently thought he had the answer to bulletproof glass. I'm guessing that he probably just went on Google and Googled like how to go through bulletproof glass, and nail gun came up. And if you haven't seen this story yet, he apparently, he went after the FBI in Cincinnati, and he actually drove away from it. He was still functional at that point, and he was texting about how his theories on this bulletproof glass weren't panning out, and if they didn't hear from him, he had all sorts of conspiracy theories. Well, turns out nobody's ever going to hear from him again, because he was confronted by law enforcement, and thankfully nobody else was hurt but him. And of course, there's always one in the bunch that just takes to heart these cries about war and all this other stuff. So you don't hear too much now from the right. Considering what since yesterday, I found out what signal intel is. It's kind of the stuff you see on the Matt Damon movies, listening in on foreign conversations and stuff. The highest levels of classified information, not to mention nuclear stuff. And of course, now the argument from the right is, well, he was president. He declared, I guess Trump apparently he has a magic wand, and as he left office, he just went through the files and just, this is declassified, that's declassified, that's declassified. And that just meant that he could take everything home and show it off at parties or post it up on the bulletin boards at Mar-a-Lago, or I guess whatever he wanted. No, that's not how any of this works. That's not it. So a lot of these people, these voices on the right have gone quiet. The one I want to talk about, though, is Steven Crowder. Good old Steven. Like I said, I had a ex-landlord that was a big fan of this guy, and so anyway, Steven Crowder was the one saying, "Sleep well tonight. There'll be war tomorrow." Well, as usual, I don't hear any gunfire out in the streets. It's empty rhetoric, as usual. You know what? The bottom line is, I think I know that these people like Steven Crowder and all these other the Trumpers that you saw out in front of Mar-a-Lago, these old, aging, overweight, well-to-do Trump supporters, I don't think they could go a day without their air conditioning, their cable TV. These are the same guys that just a year ago could not breathe through a piece of cloth. Their whole world was falling down because they had to put a piece of cloth over their mouths. Oh, these are the same people that just 2 years ago could not function without toilet paper. There was the whole toilet paper fiasco. I imagine if there was a war like in Ukraine, toilet paper stuff like that would become kind of scarce. The bottom line here is, especially I thought about this, with football season coming up, I imagine that most of these Trump supporters, these overweight, aging, well-to-do guys with their boat in the yard, that's what it looks like around here. They all have boats, RVs, 4-bedroom homes, they're big SUVs, which they're constantly complaining about the price of gas, but all their vehicles get about 10 miles to the gallon. With football season coming up, I don't see, I think they're going to have to reschedule this whole war thing. I don't see how any of them are going to be able to get themselves off their Barco loungers to go out and hunt libs or the FBI or anyone else. This is just empty posturing as usual. All right, I'm going to be back later. I'll leave some links down below. There's a good one down below too, about another one about the signs of being in a cult and how these Trump supporters, before they even knew any details or anything, they all just rushed to him that Donald Trump would never lie, he'd never do anything, these are false allegations, and these are the signs of and how they relate themselves. Over and over again, with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, they're talking about, well, if this could happen to Donald Trump, this could happen to you. 87,000 or 78,000 IRS agents are going to come hunt you down and take you to jail. And this happens with the cult too, that their own well-being and their leaders' well-being are interconnected. Whatever happens to him physically happens to them, they think. I don't think they see the difference that most average Americans don't have nuclear secrets or intel in their files at home. So I really don't think most of them have anything to worry about. Never know, though. All right, you guys, I'll be back later with another video and some more hilarity on the Mar-a-Lago situation. Have a good Saturday.